Hey, what's the basis? If people don't show you love, where your basis? If you ain't running shit like some bases, if your shit ain't banging like the bases, if people who know you just call you basic. Hey, my life's a movie, no need to base it. Mine should be bumping just like the bases. If people who see me say I'm amazing. If you ain't on it, then what's the basis? You should know I take this shit to the heart. You should know I love this shit from the start. You should know I take these shots in the dark with no fear that I might not hit the progress. But when that comes around, so either you witness the shit out of luck or start fucking with counts. Better recognize what you do it for. Set the bar high when you do it though. Better draw the line between the leeches and the useful. Teachers and the youthful, preachers and the truthful. Leaders of the new school, seekers of the new cool. Speakers of the new rules, believers in the new crew. There's gonna be some things you ain't used to if you can't hang the back. Hey, what's the basis? If people don't show you love, where your basis? If you ain't running shit like some bases, if your shit ain't banging like the bases, if people who know you just call you basic. Hey, my life's a movie, no need to base it. Mine should be bumping just like the bases. People who see me say I'm amazing. If you ain't on it, then what's the basis? My beard is full of juices, the elixir of life. I got a sexy lady with me, I'ma make her my wife. I've calculated every step, so I've been taking it right. I stuffed the stash up in the glove box to be safe through the night. Understand what I'm saying? When I say we ain't playing, when I say we ain't playing, no games in the plans. Just with cash in our hands, and our cash in advance in the back of the van. Like we back in the band, like we came here to jam, but we came with demands. Or kidnapping the fam, like we got in the jam. From now on, all we talk is big shit. White boy rat get slapped with a big dick. Keep so much bags, I ain't going on a picnic. Sitting on grass like a bag for a big lick. Want more green out of tad over tidbit. Counting on my steps like a motherfucking Fitbit. Get shit lit, throwing bitches in a bitch fit. This shit hit from a piece to a big flip. Hey, what's the basis? If people don't show you love, where your basis? If you ain't running shit like some bases, if your shit ain't banging like the bases, if people who know you just call you basic. Hey, my life's a movie, no need to base it. Mine should be bumping just like the bases. People who see me say I'm amazing. If you ain't on it, then what's the basis? Yeah, and I would be a sucker if I tripped off what you bought to take away from hustling. Ain't got time to sit in pocket watching motherfucker. Ain't got time to spend counting someone else's money. If I care about what you thought, then I would be a sucker. If I tripped off what you bought to take away from hustling. Ain't got time to sit in pocket watching motherfucker. Ain't got time to spend counting someone else's money. I ain't one of them, I ain't one of them. I'm trying to get the meals, trying to get the meals. I can't wait to get my money right on motherfuckers. And they can watch me spin, they can watch me spin. I admit, I don't care about your flexing. Don't give a shit that you got bottles in your section. I admit, I don't care about your price tag. Don't give a shit that a surgeon gave her nice ass. Can't wait to get rich in these bitches. Can't wait to get rich on these hoes. Can't wait till me and my chick can be on some fly shit in a brand new route. Cooking in a brand new style. In a brand new route. In a brand new kitchen. In a brand new home. While them same old bums in the same old clubs and the same old clothes. Then you get some brand new goals. With some brand new souls. Probably cause the old one's sold. While I'm living with a brand new glow. That's cause I'm never pocket watch. Rather watch my pockets grow. If I care about what you thought, then I would be a sucker. If I tripped off what you bought to take away from hustling. Ain't got time to sit in pocket watching motherfucker. Ain't got time to spend counting someone else's money. I ain't one of them, I ain't one of them. I'm trying to get the meals, trying to get the meals. I can't wait to get my money right on motherfuckers. And they can watch me spin, they can watch me spin. I admit, I don't care about your bank account. Don't give a shit about the money you be taking out. I admit, I don't care about your drug money. Don't give a shit about your carrots, I ain't Bugs Bunny. I don't care about your ice, rather buy my own ice rink. I don't care about your watch, rather make my own tactics. Give a fuck about your horsepower. Rather on my own horse track. Yo chick pull up in a Pinto. My chick strut up on horseback. Yo chick show up in court. My chick show up in a corset. We treat sex like a sport. Yo chick asking if you done yet. I can't wait till I pull up. How these yuppies so upset. You a guppy in a shark net. I mean lobster and swordfish. If I care about what you thought, then I would be a sucker. If I tripped off what you bought to take away from husband. Ain't got time to sit in pocket watching motherfucker. Ain't got time to spend counting someone else's money. I ain't one of them, I ain't one of them.
What's up,
Trying to get the meal, trying to get the meal. I can't wait to get my money right, motherfucker.
Y'all go check Nick Man out.
They can watch me speed, they can watch me speed.
He's dope AF.
That's right. All right, guys. Let's get it. What's up, everybody?
Hey, y'all.
I'm Chad.
And I'm Brittany, and we're the new tribe, and we're bringing you the new real.
That's right, guys.
That's
We're
real.
bringing it.
That's raw.
We brought it.
That's rugged.
We're late as always.
Yep.
As always. Guys, today, I should say, it was not, it was not our fault that we were as late as what we were this time. It was unforeseeable things.
Yeah.
We had 2 sick kids today.
Yeah.
They were home all day.
Yeah, and with
we were
what's
home all
going
day.
on in the world right now, we can't say too much because of YouTube, but we didn't want to take any chances, and they do have some symptoms of the
Yeah, so
panini.
we are waiting on the outcome of that. Hopefully, I think they're both going to be good as far as that goes.
Yeah.
I just think they have colds, like one,
Sinus infections.
like that sort of thing. It's where we live. It's been getting like super cold at night, like down in the low 50s, and then in the upper 80s during the day. So those big swings kind of.
It's not usually like that. It's
No,
just
it's
been
not.
this past weekend. The general's been weird the last few years. Even when we were in Southern Illinois, we could tell a difference. But man, the weather up here has been really, really different.
It is.
It's
has.
all over the place.
All right, guys. So we decided.
But it was for another channel that we did, which was gaming and Pokemon and stuff like that. And when we went to go do our first live, we actually found out, like, right that second, that you can't actually use the same stuff.
Yeah, they didn't. All the settings didn't transfer over.
Yeah.
And we, on top of all of that, guys, we have been having internet issues. Like, we've got incredible download and upload speeds where we're at, but for some reason,
we pay the top notch.
our internet wants to cut in and out. So I think that's what is causing our buffering issues. I've been on the phone with them today. They're going to have to come out and check it out.
Well, I just thought about it, and I seen them at our MediaCom at our neighbor's house last week, and that's kind of when it started. And I remember when we first moved here, when they came to set ours up, it messed up our neighbors.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if they came to do something with our neighbors and ended up messing. I mean, it's kind of always been shit, but it's usually if it rains or snows,
Right.
which it shouldn't be like that in 2021. But
where we came from, they used to do everything underground, so the weather didn't affect it. Where we're at now, all the wires are hung up, all like our cable internet and stuff is hung up, like with the telephone poles and stuff like
And
that.
it's super windy where we live.
So regardless, guys, we are going to get through the very last song that we have to do on NF's mixtape tonight.
I'm kind of sad because the mixtape is what got us started. That was the first. I mean, Lost was the first song we did on this channel.
Yeah.
We weren't even sure if it was going to be a music reaction channel. And then we did that because it had just came out, and Hobson was one of our top artists that we love. And we seen it was a feature with Hobson. You guys know, if you've been around, that's pretty much the introduction we got with NF.
Absolutely.
And then that made us want to keep going. And then Clouds and Story and all that, we kept seeing those pop up, so we kept doing them. And you guys obviously loved them, gave us banging numbers right out the gate. We did not expect that. Usually you have to work so freaking hard at networking and stuff like that just to even get your first 100 subs. If you don't do a YouTube channel, oh my gosh, you probably don't know, but if you do,
It is. it is, guys.
It takes some major grinding.
So we do want to, like always, take a moment to thank all of you guys for showing the love and support that you do with the influx of subs that we have had, we've had our fair share of trolls swing through, but you guys show up in the comment section backing us up, and it's awesome,
yes,
man.
And it's
we love
always
it.
after. It takes a minute for them to come in, and it's always after we get a crazy amount of love, and then they come in and try to say the exact opposite of what
funny.
everybody else says.
So,
I mean, we don't take that shit personal.
Exactly.
And we stand for positivity, love, and connection here. That's the whole point of a social platform like this. But people, like to try to turn anything that's good into bad if they have that type of energy, and we will never allow that type of energy to ever change who we are and change our views of ourselves and the views of this channel.
Absolutely. All right, so we had Silent in here. Silent had to go to work.
Yeah.
I'm glad you stopped in, my man. Devin, what's up? We thank you for waiting for so long for us.
Yes,
we know it was kind of like I said, I was in here trying to set up some settings and getting some settings tweaked. We are streaming in 30 frames per second tonight instead of 60. I'm trying to see if maybe that'll kind of help the buffering issue, but like I said, I think it's out of our control. It is going to be the actual internet connection. Lisa, what's up? I'm glad you made it. That is, I know it's a late one tonight, guys. We had, like we said, we planned on doing this at 7, but like kids come first, like Devin said. So it is what it is. Let's.
But we're still doing it, and that's all that matters. And like I said in the post that I posted on the way home from the hospital, and guys, where we live, the Quad Cities, there's 4 big cities. We actually live in the smallest town that doesn't have hospitals and stuff, so we have to go to the bigger cities. And it literally takes about 30 minutes to get to each city.
And that's just getting to it, and then you have to
go
drive through the cities and all that. So it takes a lot longer than what we thought.
Yeah, you wouldn't think it would be the Quad Cities because they're so spread out.
Yeah.
But it is, it is what it is.
It is what it is. So what we're going to do tonight, guys, we are going to, like we said, we're going to react to NF's Prideful. This is the very last one from his Clouds mixtape that we have yet heard, and that is by no reason. There's no reason it's the last one. It just happened to be the last one. It just happened to be. So
he actually was like, when we were picking, when we decided to, after we got down his journey, we were like, let's go back and forth to the mixtape since that's what we started with and that's what's new. And he actually said, let's do Prideful one of the first times we were picking. And I was like, no, let's do this because I was going off of suggestions. And he was like, okay, whatever. He's chill like that. He kind of just goes with the flow.
And it's whatever.
Well,
I learned a long time ago that it's always better if she's right.
No.
Yeah, up top.
We actually don't live like that at all. We actually have very open minds, and we learn so much from each other because of that. It is so important to be like that in general in life.
All right. So, guys, let's go ahead. I want to get this started because we might continue, depending on how well the stream is acting. If we're not getting a bunch of buffering and stuff, we might continue it into something else after that. But we're going to go ahead and let's get this bad boy switched up and start hearing this.
Let's keep polls and watch the Harry Mack live stream. Hey,
that's what I'm talking about.
We did a Harry Mack live stream last night, and it was popping.
Yeah, it was legit. It was really fun.
We did that one even later, and.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, guys, we're gonna do the best we can in this one. We're gonna try to go ahead and get through the NF Prideful, and then we are going to go from there. We have other streams planned for Wednesday and Friday night. Wednesday, we're going to do a Nightwish stream, which is kind of
opera rock.
Yeah, it's like
some badass
symphonic metal is what they call it.
It's like
really,
a
really
fantasy experience, like you're going into the underworld or maybe a Disney movie, or it switches so much. There's so much variety in one of the songs that we do. It's literally like 10 experiences in one.
Absolutely. And then Friday night we are going to do a live to cover Harry Mack's new stuff that he's dropping on Friday, his 1-year anniversary stuff. So we are going to cover that as soon as they drop it. We're going to shoot for around the same time, 8 p.m. Friday night, and go from there. So those are the plans. Hopefully they all run good. It seems like the stream's already going to give us a little bit of problems, but that's all right. We're going to see what happens.
We're going to experiment too after we do these two this week. We might be throwing some in the mix because we want to do some album reviews as well. But we might experiment with the time and maybe see if that has anything to do with the internet. I know it shouldn't, but we just want to do the best that we can with the best quality that we can.
So, and like I said, right now we're streaming this one in 30 frames per second, which isn't something that I usually do. I usually do 60, but we're just going to kind of see if there's a big difference.
Lisa said I won't be here for that. I have tried so hard to like them, but I just get raw nerves. Hey, that happens. Literally, some pop music, it can have a good vibe to it, but it can be so fast-paced that my heart starts trying to, like, match it, and I'm just like, ah! See, and it makes my nervous system go crazy.
I, on the other hand, love metal. Like, I liked metal growing up, all the way up until I started listening to hip hop.
Gives me a headache.
I listened to the Metallica, Pantera, Korn, all that kind of stuff growing up.
I like all
Rage
of them,
Against the
just
Machine.
not too much screamo metal.
So we are definitely going to cover that Wednesday night, and then, like we said, Harry Mack Friday, and then in between we're gonna try to do our regular videos. We've got a Tom McDonald video coming up. We got some more Leap videos. So.
We would like to do another Nova soon. We might do a Tom and Nova together because I'm super curious.
Yeah,
to see
she's been
them
wanting
together.
to do that. That might be the next one we put up. So you guys keep a lookout for that. So, all right, you ready for this?
Yes.
All right, here we go, guys. This is NF.
Prideful. Is the captions on?
They are. This one don't have the options for it.
Oh, I like that already. Ooh.
Wow, that's nice.
Yes.
So is
that effect.
Is this a feature, or is that just going to be a sample that they've put in, guys? Is that a I tell you, I don't know. It didn't say any kind of featuring. I'm thinking it's a sample.
A sample because of the effect that they put on that voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I work my hardest when I'm at my lowest. Even unhappy people can have happy moments. Even small circles fall when the people you chose are looking at you like you own that money you're grossing. Brief seconds had impacted my life on a huge scale. Way I'm like what's wrong and what's right. Predictions I predicted often arrive like they own the place and suffocate the areas that I thrive. Had some disagreements. Business model got some cracks, that's your biggest weakness. Way before I got involved, you knew that shit was sinking. So telling me to dive in water you won't dip your feet in tends to make me question you for lots of reasons. Keep twisting my words, you got some courage, I applaud you. Tables they turn, but was it worth what it cost you?
Yep.
Wow, you say keep twisting my words. You got some courage, I applaud you.
And those tables that turn, basically it's not worth it for you. Was it worth it?
Yeah.
But he's basically saying sarcastically it
Absolutely.
wasn't. Wow.
Yeah. So first of all, guys, this is the type of beat and drums that I have come to expect and really like when it comes to NF's production. He's got that real big full sound,
the cinematic sound.
even with the hip hop that he does, and from the contrast that we've got from his
genres,
from his mixtape to his mansion and therapy session CDs.
Yes.
The contrast in voice, the way he, I think, honestly, he has really found a voice that he wants to use. You know what I mean?
And he's very playful with it. He changes it up a lot.
Yeah.
And he does it within the songs. We've said this a lot about the mixtape, that he's really, really showcasing his MC skills. Because he will change up his flow schemes, his just flow, period, and he will do a different cadence with each one. And I mean, like one of them the Just Like You, it literally had a part in it that he did a reggae accent. And I said it reminded me of like a Bob Marley song, because he even said that it's going to be all right.
Flavor to it. Yeah. Like it's almost like somebody went and told him somewhere along the way that he couldn't rap. And then he went out and recorded this mixtape and was like, "I'll show you motherfuckers like who can rap." You know what I mean? That's literally almost what it's like, because the difference. And now we haven't heard the search. We haven't heard anything at all from the search. We haven't heard anything at all from Perception.
No.
And we're only a few songs into Therapy Session. So guys, we've got a lot more of him to listen to in his progression. So switching back and forth like this, like we have from the mixtape to
It's actually
freaking sample in the background is legit.
It is.
Is it not?
It can be a little distracting, though. I said this in our last one, that there's different human intelligences, and musical intelligence is actually one of them, and he has it. That's why he did, the production on the beats, and he did hip-hop lyrically. He did both. I don't have that naturally. I have human nature intelligence, which you might have seen that in me with the psychology and stuff like that. That's what comes to me naturally. And everybody has something different depending on their unique energy and their brain and how it works.
Yeah.
So sometimes I have a hard time when it's the first time catching all the lyrics and the beat. Because sometimes I want to just feel, the beat. And that's what a lot of people do, and that's why a lot of people don't actually respect and appreciate real hip-hop music, because it can go so fast, it's hard for people to catch it.
Oh, about to knock everything off. Yeah, Lisa says it's buffering hardcore, so most of that stuff will probably get cut out of the actual video.
Yeah.
Devin says the search is a friggin' masterpiece of an album. And Lisa also says this is about a friend who backstabbed him. Oh, okay. So that's Nate in the F. I was like, oh, really?
Okay.
Wow.
See, with the effect on it, it almost sounded like it might be a girl. And that's probably what he was going for in there as well. They're very, very, intentional. You can tell with this production. We've said it a million times. They're very intentional about how everything sounds and how it all blends together with what he's saying in his voice.
Devin
it's magic.
says I'm too high. I thought that was my internet.
Oh.
I'm not, I know. Trust me.
Glitch.
Our man, I don't know. We're gonna have to try to figure out how to get it.
Legit cussing my computer.
How to get it figured out. Let's put it into comparison here, guys. And I don't know if any of you know anything about streaming. I'm using 12.4% of my CPU, which really is nothing to stream with. Like you can stream using 90% of it, and everything still be fine. So that it just goes to show it is our internet connection, and with us having a 70 upload speed, we should be able to stream 4K if we wanted.
See, none of that made sense to me.
We've got
I
something.
trust him, though.
We've got something that is, and it could be every 5 minutes. It could be 10 seconds from now. It could be 30 minutes from now.
Yep.
This is
how it is when I'm upstairs watching TV with the modem right next to me.
Yeah, so we're
hardwired straight into the modem too. Even though we're in the basement, we're hardwired straight in, and we don't usually have this big of an issue like it has been this past week. And of course, that's when we start our lives.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take it back a little bit. That way, in case it was buffering through this, we can listen to it
okay,
again.
Dylan says that they're sucked too.
Prideful, prideful. Taking what you need, then blame it on me, man, that's all.
That's nuts.
I love it.
Prideful.
This sounds like a mainstream song.
Prideful.
But good.
Calling me conceited, oh, that's how you see it, well, that's all. That's all. Shameful.
Man.
Guess that's what I get for being faithful. Oh, you think I'm soulless cause the bank's full? Yeah. Oh, you think I'm heartless cause I made dough? Yeah, that's all. Painful. Didn't know what you.
I swear he could have done any genre he wanted to.
Oh, he could.
You know what I mean? He could have sang, like come out like doing like pop kind of stuff.
Yes.
He could have done R&B. I mean, it's nuts how much talent that we have already seen out of what very little we've listened to.
I
of
like
him.
how he really mixed this one with his hip hop though.
Oh,
this
he did
one,
such a good
like
job.
Devin said, this is a vibe. I said it during the song, the chorus, this could be a mainstream song, but be one of those good ones. Like Eminem, he does a lot of underground hip hop, but he'll mesh it with mainstream type of sounds
Yeah.
and a mainstream type of chorus, but still stay true to himself.
Oh, yeah.
And oh my gosh, like that's what this reminds me of.
Yeah.
And only the greats can do that,
I
believe.
I agree
think anybody
100%.
could do it, but a lot of people get themselves lost by trying to be too mainstream.
Yeah. I just.
MGK.
MGK. Absolutely. So Devin says, my son just had me buy a super long Ethernet cord. That's exactly what we've done. Anything I do online, especially if it's got to do with gaming and stuff, I never run off Wi-Fi. We have 2 actual
He's high maintenance.
100-foot Ethernet cords running down from our modem, one into the PC and the other into the Xbox. So,
Like I said, he's high maintenance.
with it being like that and whatnot, we shouldn't be having any of these problems, especially for the amount they charge us for the internet. So,
oh my gosh,
we're gonna do our
I mean, we
best to get
spend
it going.
a shit ton, and we get so mad about it every month. We're on the
Yeah.
phone with them. What the hell's going on?
Yeah, that's right.
Shameful. Guess that's what I get for being faithful. Oh, you think I'm soulless cause the bank's full? Yeah. Oh, you think I'm heartless cause I'm made though? Yeah, that's all. Painful. Didn't know what you was doing on the down low. Yeah, still you out here acting like it's my fault. Yeah, I ain't never said I was an angel. No, I know myself enough to know what I need. Showed you true colors, I don't like what I see. Story keeps changing, I know what that means. Know what that means, I know what that means.
Red flags.
How'd you go from being
Wow.
Red flags, that's what that means. I love what he's actually saying in the
He
song.
said
It's so relatable. I think we've all had a moment where we've been betrayed by somebody that was close with us.
Hell yeah.
Unfortunately, it's been almost every person besides him in my life. A major family
That's right.
dysfunction and issues for sure.
Love what he was saying. And you think, and what did he say? What was right after that?
Something
I can't
about
remember.
the
I
dough.
let it play out
Yeah.
because he made dough.
Yeah.
And first of all, I'm big on like the style and the swag and the way it's all delivered. The way that he's delivering it, like he went from hip hop in his first verse to kind of like a weekend style
Yeah.
of singing /
Yeah.
rapping in the second verse, and still kept it on target with the subject matter. You know what I
Yes.
mean? And on top of that, it's classic
How can his voice
NF
sound
depth. You know what I mean?
So like good, and like it doesn't sound like like this kind of topic would make somebody aggressive, and he's like singing, rapping. You know what I mean? Like it's like a pretty voice, and that's
Absolutely.
not taking nothing away from him because it's working. That
Absolutely.
means that he's came up with something amazing that he can mix and put out and have. It's because he has confidence in himself. And we say that about the mixtape. People have said that he finally has the confidence and he feels safe enough to play around now.
Yes. I think it was Lisa that said that, to be honest with you. I think it was.
Yeah.
But that's we see that in the progression from just what we've seen from Mansion to the little bit of therapy to the mixtape. It is a, kind of a mix between the confidence that he's got and almost like he's in a better headspace, like mentally.
He's evolved.
Yes, and that is really coming out not only in his lyrics but in his his style and what he's singing.
He still puts just as much emotion into what he does though, and that's what
Absolutely.
makes NF, in our opinion, is his passion and his emotion.
Devin says, I can't sing, but this song makes me sing.
Yeah.
I have headphones on so I can't hear myself.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm pretty sure I can sing like an angel. I mean, people have told me I can't, but in my ears, man, I sound good.
Yeah,
I sound good.
There's nothing better than a road trip and taking a drive, rolling the windows down when the weather's nice and it's not blistering hot out and the humidity's making your hair an afro. But there's nothing better than driving with the windows down, blasting some badass music, and singing your freaking lungs out.
Absolutely.
Yes, I love it.
Devin, I see.
It actually helps with your throat chakra too, and helps you find your voice in life.
LOL, Deb. Yeah, betrayal hurts. Looking good. The new reel of this song. Wish was longer. Oh, hey, what's up, Luke? Glad you made it. We're gonna try to do as many live streams as we can, especially so we can get to interact with you guys and talk to you guys real time.
Yep.
We
like the vibe.
We hate to put you guys through a shitty stream, so
Yes.
we're gonna really try to.
And it's cringy watching it back.
Yeah, we're gonna try to get the buffering and stuff like that. I don't even know if we can. Like I said, it's on the internet side, but we're gonna try.
Yep.
So we appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with us anyway. Devin says, "This song I feel in my soul over my sister. We were always super close. She's a different kind of person now. I can't get down with it. I had to completely cut her out of my life."
And
Hey.
that happens in life, especially as you evolve. You'll notice that people kind of start to fall away, or they'll start to give you friction to try to keep you in the same place that you were, because they get threatened by your evolution and they don't want you
That's
to
exactly
be better.
what I was going to say. We have been in that process, Devin,
Yeah.
ourselves.
It's a shedding
for,
process.
For years. We have slowly, literally been peeling the layers away that really don't help us.
The generational curses.
Yes, the stuff that, and to be honest with you, it's mostly been family.
Yep.
And, you said your sister as well. As far as for us, it's been family.
And that's the hardest,
yes.
especially because of the conditioning
I
that
had
the world does.
family issues. Started a business with somebody, got backstabbed. Just all kinds of stuff. So we can definitely relate to that. You are not alone there.
Mothers that are supposed to love you unconditionally, hating you unconditionally, but acting like they love you unconditionally.
Yeah, so
that's some fucked up shit that will really fuck your head up.
It is something that people go through.
Everybody needs to study narcissism.
And to believe it or
helps.
not, the stronger person is the person that can say, hey, I can't allow you to affect my life negatively because I love myself.
Affect my peace.
Yes, I love myself too much to allow you to, do that.
Plus, if they loved you, they wouldn't do that.
And if and for somebody, especially like family, to see them, maybe going down a wrong road or doing something, that you don't vibe with and whatnot, you watching it alone can affect your negativity or can affect your energy and make it go more to a negative place. So it's best to just cut that off and let it go. And that's not to say that you can't give second chances, but because you can.
Or
we believe
extend compassion.
We believe in forgiveness, but you got to really look hard at the reasons as to why you're even cutting them out in the first place. Because normally, if it's something, if you're cutting somebody out, it's for a reason.
That means there was patterns.
It's for a reason that
toxic patterns
means they need to be away. So
exactly.
big props to you for actually having the strength to do that, Devin. That's awesome.
I see, story keeps changing. I know what that means. Know what that means. I know what that means. How'd you go from being that somebody I believed into being someone doubting me behind the scenes? Can't forgive it, sorry that I ain't never received. I mean, least you could have done was gave me an apology, but you're so prideful.
They'll never, never.
And that's the thing, guys. Sorry I'm stopping it so much. That's the thing, too, though. If you sit there waiting for an apology, you're going to grow old doing it. You know what I mean? And even if you do get that apology, it's going to be...
Usually it's manipulation.
It's what I was going to say. It's going to be full of some kind of
I'm
backhanded
sorry,
but. Yes, I'm sorry, but it's your fault. Or I'm sorry, but this is why you made me do it.
Gaslighting.
And that sort of thing. And, it's one of those things to where the more you can get yourself away from...
Love that. What is that, like a violin?
Those are strings in the background. It probably sounds like a cello, possibly a violin or something like that as well.
Really puts the emotion into it.
Yeah, that's like a whole string section.
Yes.
I
like how he ended that with the strings.
Dope, man. That was dope. That's the kind of production. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people hear that and they just hear music and they're like, "Oh, that's a dope vibe. That's a good beat." But
it's good to break everything
down. It really, obviously, it is. I mean,
to appreciate the whole thing.
But the production, you know what I mean? Like the way that they take certain aspects of the song and they drop the samples out and leave just the drums running, leave
the strings at the end.
How they brought the strings up,
gave it the emotion.
Harder at the end. That's all. In engineering a complete song, man, and that and NF's producer Tommy Prophet, he literally is one of
genius.
he's one of the best that I've seen. His whole team, you know, I'm completely
and
impressed
you can tell
with it.
NF is part of the creative process every step of the way too. Most great artists are.
Yeah. All right. So Lisa says, I have money now, so it's okay. It's okay to betray and hurt me and then blame me for it. Good message. Yeah,
Yep.
that's exactly what we got out of it
You
as
hear
well.
a lot of people that get successful, and celebrities and rappers in general
Yeah.
too, because I mean, obviously they rap about stuff that's going on in their life.
Yeah.
You hear them talk about this.
Yeah. Well, I can't
And-
imagine if I had money.
Yes.
You know what I mean? If my pockets were fat like that, geez Louise,
Well,
man.
the narcissist, it's an actual epidemic right now. Like they're really starting to cover it in psychology and stuff like that. If you watch Red Table Talk with Jada Smith, they talk about it on there a lot, and she's got a huge platform. I love that the information's getting out there. Thank you, Age of Aquarius.
Yeah,
but
that's good.
it is an epidemic, and people, narcissists, they look like, you know, Prince Charming or, you know, the next best thing, because they will manipulate that until they call it, they hook ya. You
Yeah.
know, they'll put the bait out there until they hook you vulnerably, and you know they'll make you. Oh,
Hey,
that scared me.
Aaron, thank you
can
for
tell
the sub, buddy.
I'm new to these lives here. Wow,
We
I was like,
appreciate
what the
that.
hell? we're getting bombed by dubstep.
That was actually very freaking loud too.
Yes, it was because
Luke-
we have these on.
Luke says, keep it moving. He says, people betray you. I'm always on my toes. That's the best way
Yep.
to be, man.
Yes,
That's the
it is.
best way to be.
Yep. Yes, because like I was saying, narcissists, they're out there everywhere. And it's actually been proven that statistically, everyone has at least one or two in their inner circle. So that means that they have someone close to them. And it can be a parent, it can be romantically. See, I used to think that it was just romantically because that's what I had dealt with.
Yeah.
But then my mom was having me question things, honestly, my whole life. But she would
Absolutely.
love bomb me, so it would have me up and down, up and down, up and down. And then I started to really question that, and I'm like, it resembles the narcissism that I've studied. And then I actually came across just one day something popped up on Facebook, and it was about narcissistic parents, which I had never looked up. I swear the universe, God, whatever you want to call it, will put the right things on your path if you are aligned with
Absolutely.
yourself and your right path. It will give you what you need in that moment to give you the clarity that you need
Absolutely.
to understand what the hell is going on. Because in this world today, I don't think it's a secret anymore, especially if you listen to Tom, they try to keep people blinded from all truths. The truth
Absolutely.
about just themselves and how to find it as well. And they try to make everybody into the same old sheeple. So, a lot of people are so lost in life and don't even realize that they're lost. It's
Yeah.
really
It
sad.
is.
And then the narcissists are there to take advantage.
That's what they're there for.
Yeah.
All right, guys, you know what time it is. We are going to do it, and it's going to happen live, guys. It is time for Bar
Of the day.
of the Day, guys. I already know what I'm going to pick, but just for Bar of the Day's sake, I am going to bring up the lyrics here. That way we know for sure what we're going to do.
I don't know. It's hard to remember because he says so much great things in his songs. And like I said, rap is so fast-paced. Even any kind of genre, honestly, if you're listening to it for the first time, it's hard to remember everything that they said word for word because, one, it's not your vocabulary. So you can know exactly what it was about and you can try to explain it, but it's still not going to be word for word what they said because it's not your original vocabulary that you're used to speaking in. Especially rap, how they do the slang and stuff like that.
All right, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to read out one of my favorite bars from this track. We've got, there's first of all, there's so many. I don't know. What you're witnessing right now, guys, is what we do behind the scenes in our videos.
Yep.
So, one of us will think that we've got the bar of the day that we're wanting to use, and we'll pull up like the lyrics or something to make sure we, get them right and we didn't mishear something. And then we're like, no, I don't want that one. I want this one. And then we'll literally go back and forth. And that seconds to record because we're literally trying to decide which ones we like. I personally love how he started this track.
He always has some great
The way he came in,
starters.
he said, feels like I work my hardest when I'm at my lowest. Even unhappy, it continues to
Okay,
drop. It is what it is,
Okay,
guys. I worked as a coal miner for a long time, underground, 16 hours a day, that sort of thing. I drove a truck for a while, gone 16 hours a day. I understand.
That's how they got the world set up.
Yes, I understand what it's like to literally work your ass off, and every time I had those kind of jobs and I did that kind of work, I literally felt like I was at my lowest.
Yep.
And I know what he's meaning here is like, he's at his lowest, but yet he's doing, big success.
He's motivated to do better.
I made really good money as a coal miner, as coal miners do, but I didn't have time to be with my wife.
Yeah.
I didn't have time to be with my kids. When I was home, I was sleeping, and I literally never had the same days off.
When we had our last baby, I was like, nope.
Yeah.
It's it.
She
You've
made
got
me
to be
quit.
here to enjoy this with me, and we can literally budget, less, because I'm very, it might look, because people judge me on my looks all the time. I might look like I'm high maintenance. I might look like I need a lot, and with society, they basically kind of box women into that as well, that they need, this.
Absolutely.
But I'm not that type of person at all. Yes, I understand how the world works and how the, hamster wheel of society keeps financial, on your mind at all times, and keeps it hard to keep up and get ahead because of just how everything is so expensive and how the economy works. Yes, like I said, the hamster wheel of society. But you don't have to have like the extravagant things to keep up with other people in life.
She's very low maintenance.
Yes.
And I try my best
I
as
like
a
the
husband.
simple things.
I try my best as a husband to treat her like she's high maintenance, though, because I want her to be happy. I want her to have everything she wants.
He
but,
likes to spoil me, as I do him.
Like she's the type of woman, though. Like I buy her flowers and she's appreciative and she loves them, but she's like, literally, didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
You don't have to do that type of thing. But
it melts my heart, though.
But she does appreciate them, and I guess I just got lucky as far as that went. So, but not a lot of people are like that. But the second part of this bar, guys, he says even unhappy people can have happy moments.
Yep.
And the way because honestly, the unhappy people thing is easy for a lot of people to relate to.
Yeah.
I was unhappy.
Even happy people can have unhappy moments, because that's kind of how we are. It's switched.
Reverse.
Because happiness is a
Absolutely.
choice. It's a choice.
Happiness is, and if you can get, that's exactly where I was going with my point. So she just kind of jumps in there. But that's where I was going with it. If you can get to where you are a happy person that has unhappy moments, then you are doing something right. So using that part of that bar, and being able to take it in your life and kind of flip it around and use that as goals, you know what I mean, is probably if not one of the best things you can get out of this bar.
Yeah, once you realize that life is always going to have ups and downs, and that your downs are actually there to get you to your next up, but bigger and better each time, because that's how evolution works, and that's how we're supposed to work as humans. We're ever evolving. Once you realize that, then you won't be so have so much expectation on happiness and be trying to search for it, but never get to it. You can't do it like that, because there will always be down moments, and you can't think, oh my gosh, my life is over and I'm going to sit and sulk in this. You have to realize that it's there for a reason and be appreciative for it. See the lesson in it, learn from it, and grow from it. And then you're high, you'll see the big picture. You'll know that it was worth it.
Absolutely. And then to close it out, he says, even small circles fall when the people you choose are looking at you like you owe them that money. You're gross. And that right there is a perfect example that goes to show you, and you always hear that, keep your circle small, that sort of thing. I agree with that to a certain extent, because exactly like he's pointing out in this bar, it really doesn't matter how small your circle is. You can always be surprised by that snake in the grass. You can always be surprised when you're
probably going to be more surprised because you had such a closer bond.
Well, you're surprised
because it's such less
you're
people.
surprised because you're sleeping on your back, but still you wake up with a knife in it, and you're like, how do they do that? Are they under my mattress? You know what I mean? Are they literally that? And that's we're literally where he's coming at with that. So
I love that.
I love the way he started that song. I know there's a lot of other bars in there, but I love the way he started that song. What about you, baby?
Okay, mine's down here. Mine's right here.
Okay.
This part. How'd you go from being that being that somebody I believed into being someone doubting me behind the scenes. Can't forgive a sorry that I ain't ever received. I mean, least you could have done was give me an apology.
Absolutely. How did I know? I knew she was going to pick that bar. I knew she was going to pick that bar, so I didn't do it. I was thinking about going with the shameful or the bankful, made dough line, but I felt like the other
I love
one had
this
more.
because I feel like this really ties in the whole part of, like, the whole point of the song and the whole prideful.
Oh, damn, I didn't have to do that.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
You are awesome.
Okay, but I feel like this really, really just kind of sums up what he's meaning by everything he's saying in the song. And I feel like a lot of people, even though this is artistic and he's put it into that, I feel like that one is more just straightforward. And I feel like a lot of people go through the same thing and through these same back and forth questions. And what are you doing? And then that's when you start to realize, look it up and see which one you are. It's actually very, very intriguing. But, and then can't forgive a sorry that I ain't ever received. But I mean, at least you could have gave me. And you'll go back and forth with that because you know that you're not going to get it. But you're like, man, I deserve it. Like, this disrespect. How could you do this to me? Because you think that they operate like you do because you thought that that's where you were in your bond.
Yeah.
And like, how could it be any different when it was like this 1 second and now it's like this? Like, what changed because it wasn't on my side? And then, like I said, that's when you realize that their energy is just rotten. Whether it was just rotten all the time because they were a narcissist and trying to fool you, or, because it was a generational thing, and again, a narcissist, but parents, those are really hard to really, really see clearly, especially with the conditioning.
Absolutely.
Or it's just somebody that has changed because of, some outside circumstances, and they're starting to go in the opposite direction instead of evolving.
Absolutely.
Whatever it could be, it doesn't matter at that moment, and you can sit and question it and drive yourself crazy. At that moment, it's rotten energy, and it's going to end up making your energy rotten as well.
That's
if
right.
you keep it around.
That's
So
right.
that apology, what you really need, what you're feeling inside, is you need to apologize to yourself for putting up with it for as long as the cycle continues, because you love that person, because you had that bond. So it
Yes.
takes a while to be
get
able
over,
to see.
it's going to. So.
To be able to see, I mean, it takes a while to cut that person out.
Yeah.
Some people don't ever. And, it'll be a back and forth battle. And they keep coming in and thinking, oh, they're really sorry. And then, bam, slap in the face again. And it gets worse and worse each time. And it'll create a war inside of you.
Yeah.
You think it's on the outside with this person, but it's really on the inside. And you need to cut that shit out.
Absolutely.
And realize that, hey, I'm sorry for doing this to me and allowing this energy in my life. And don't ever think that an apology from them is going to ever do anything, because it's not.
No.
Because they're not genuine people, because if they were, they wouldn't have hurt you in the first place.
It's
if you
not
love
in
somebody,
every
you
situation.
can't hurt somebody.
It's not in every situation.
Intentionally.
Yes.
I mean intentionally.
That's what I was going to say.
Yes.
Some people can, make mistakes, and people
I'm talking
can-
about this kind of situation.
I know.
Yeah.
I just wanted to clear it up for other people that, there are situations out there, like I said, where second chances can be given and things can mend. But in this type of situation, that's probably what she said is not going to happen.
Well, everybody's different, so there can be an
Yeah.
unintentional type of hurt, like somebody said something and it hurt their feelings because they don't know that that's a trigger for them or something
Yeah,
like that. But that's
absolutely.
why open communication is so, so important. But you won't get that from people like this.
Not at all.
And if they are communicating with you, they're bullshitting you.
Yes, absolutely. So let's go to the chat for just a second. And you are amazing. Thank you. You guys don't have to do that with the super chats,
Yes,
but thank you
you.
so much. You have no idea how much that means to us. We appreciate that.
This person.
Yes, who?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right or not, but we do appreciate that. The
Yes.
stream was cutting out and
Yes.
disconnecting right when that came in, so I wanted to give it a minute to make sure the stream was up and running so we
Yes.
could thank you properly. And let's say,
Devin said we always have the same one. What, chat or me?
what are you talking about?
Devin.
Oh, the bar, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So up here, Devin says, I'm very low maintenance, and my 20-year-old daughter is the complete opposite. It drives me insane. I know that
Yeah.
feeling. I'm
Yeah.
not kidding. I do.
Yeah.
And let's see, we had, I'm going to try to catch up with some of the chat
Young
right
people
here.
can be high maintenance, especially with this world today, and just what they see, they think that that's normal life, especially if they watch YouTube and these family vloggers. Because my kids get into those mindsets too, and I'm like, you know what? We're gonna cut this fucking YouTube right off. We're gonna just turn the shitty internet off anyways. Because why are we gonna pay for it when it's shitty anyways?
Absolutely. Young Mr. T, what's up? My bar of the day is so telling me to dive in water you won't dip your feet in.
Oh, I like
Tends
that
to
too.
make me question you for lots of reasons. That's
oh yeah, that
tough,
was good.
man. That is tough.
I forgot about that one.
Yes,
See?
that's what makes bar of the day so much
Yes.
fun because
But
you
so
know,
hard, too.
but so hard because you have so much, especially like
Mm-hmm.
when in F tracks and even tom tracks and stuff like that. You got so much to pick from. It's ridiculous. So yes, man, dope bar. I appreciate that.
Devin says she's 20. Ours are in the home. Ours are 10 and 8, but they think they're 20. A lot of days.
I'm pretty sure they are.
Oh, my
They're 20
gosh.
and they definitely don't work and don't pay any bills. So I don't know.
We can't even get them to do their damn chores.
but yeah, let's see, we got. You're probably gonna have to help me out here. 18.
18. About to turn 19.
18, almost 19.
15 almost 16.
15, almost 16, and then, 23.
Yep.
23.
No, just turned 24 in August.
24. Yeah, actually, just.
Yeah.
So
With
you
two
guys,
babies.
you guys look at me like I don't know. I don't
With
even
two
know the
babies.
birthdays.
Yeah.
I don't know my own birthday half
Yeah.
the time. So that's one thing I'm not good with is names and dates.
Yep.
So it's numbers. I think is what it is. to be honest
I've
with
got
you.
a crazy memory. I'm a Scorpio. It's said that they just have a crazy ass memory, and I can account to that.
Absolutely.
I really do.
So, absolutely, guys. If you
My
have
boys are 8 and 15.
If you have not yet and you want to, we would appreciate it if you drop your bar of the day in the comment section down below after the stream is over.
Yes.
We would love to hear it in chat too. We always love that. But if you're watching this video after it posts, don't forget to leave your bar of the day downstairs.
Yes, and hopefully there wasn't as many skips and glitches and
I
everything on
know,
this one.
yeah.
We watch back every video we ever do. I mean, he edits our usual videos, and then I watch them in the premiere while he chats. So we make sure that the quality is there.
And yes, and planned on taking our two youngest
Yeah.
to St. Louis or to the Maryland Heights, Missouri show is the one that we want to go to. But with their school situation, because it is 5 hours away, we don't know if we're going to be able to do it or not.
Well, and
but
their policies,
that's the plan.
the policies they have this year because of everything that's going on with the
sickness.
yes.
If they miss a day,
Yeah.
first of all, if one kid misses a day, the other kid has to too that
Yeah.
lives in the
It
house.
doesn't matter the
Doesn't matter
reasoning.
if they're sick or not.
No.
And if they miss a day, they have to quarantine for 10.
Yes.
Unless it's certain other reasons, then they have to quarantine for 14
weeks.
or 3 weeks. So and that just makes it almost impossible for these guys to catch up. So we don't know if we're going to get to make it or not. We'll have to make
Yeah,
if it's-
especially since they're sick right now.
and we think that one is during the week. So we're just
Yeah.
if we can catch one on the weekend near us, we're definitely going to do it. I
Yep.
love the fact that you're taking your youngins
That's
to see it.
awesome.
You
Yeah.
got to start it early. My brother started me early
Mm-hmm.
on music. That's one good thing that I got from him. My dad, I didn't know him, but he was a musician. My
Mm-hmm.
brother was a musician. He started me early on I've listened to music my whole life, whether it was rock, 80s music, hip hop. I started listening to hip hop in the 90s.
Your mom had taught you how
1990
to
actually.
Your mom taught you how to do like the professional couple dancing.
Yes, my mom used
That's
to
music too.
used to
I used,
ballroom dance.
Yes, I used to dance. Like I did palms, I did cheerleading, and I love any kind of dancing. That was my passion. So that is my history with music, which is very important too. But that's why a person can be more inclined to listen to the beat and the way that the rhythm makes you feel, because I used to dance, and that's how you choreograph a dance.
Absolutely.
Yes, but the lyrics are also very important. Just with rap, it can be really hard. And with pop anymore, with all these effects that they have on people's voices, that's why I love actually having the captions on if it's a first reaction, just so I like to listen to it myself and catch everything myself, because that's the fun of hip hop. But if there is a moment where there's an effect on their voice or they change their cadence, my ears haven't adjusted yet, so I like to just use it as a, yes, that's that word. So I don't miss anything, because then I get frustrated.
Absolutely.
And then I'll get behind because I'm thinking of, what was that word? And it will be an unintentional thing. So
it's tough.
But that's
too.
what happens when you do genuine, authentic first listens. So
Yes, and that's what we are always going to try to do, guys. We're always going to try to do first reactions for you. We have thought about starting to do some bar breakdowns for maybe some more lyrical songs for those of you that really like the lyrical stuff and the
because
bar
we do
breakdowns.
that too in our
Yeah,
time.
with
We
that
love it.
we get so in depth and wordy. Our bar breakdowns are going to be
It's almost
going to be long.
It's how it has
songs
to
or
be.
long videos.
Yeah, it's how it has to be. The song deserves that kind of attention and really breaking it down that much if it has that much in it.
Yes. Absolutely, absolutely.
I love dancing. Yeah.
Hey, what is that? Catoen?
Yep.
Catoen, thank you so much for the sub. We appreciate
Yes,
that.
thank you.
Guys, we thank each and every one of you for coming and hanging out with us. It
Yes.
means a lot, even through the buffering and all of that kind of stuff. It really does mean a lot.
Yes.
It's one of those things that we're going to work out
Yep.
as we can get going.
Or we'll just move.
Yeah.
So either way, we're going to make it happen for you guys.
Absolutely. So let's go back to the chat one more time, guys. We got
I honestly prefer longer videos. Me too, about the longer videos.
Yes.
I don't understand why people come to a social platform where creators are making videos out of their creations and then want to sit and basically hate on them and tell them what they should be doing, because that's what this is all about, is being free to be yourself and be creative and share your talents and abilities so other like-minded people can come and be social with you.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of this platform. People need to realize that and start being appreciative of that and respecting one another a little bit better.
Absolutely. So Lisa says, freaking communist. You described them just right.
Yep.
The school system, that is exactly what it is.
All of our systems.
I was going to say skip a day, but damn.
Yeah.
Young Mr. T says, I'm a terrible dancer. I am a horrible, I don't know if you guys have seen some of our video beginnings, but I've almost got twerking down to a science.
He's got rhythm. He's got the motion
I've almost
in the
got
ocean,
I've
guys,
almost
if
got
you know what
twerking down to a science,
if
guys.
you know what I mean.
It's gonna happen. Let's see. I love dancing. I honestly prefer longer videos. Yeah, the longer reactions are nice.
I'm here for it, buffering and all. Thank
Perfect.
you, Devin.
Yes, guys.
Yes, y'all are awesome.
We love the longer videos also, and we
Yes.
really don't give too much of a damn what other people say
No.
about our videos.
No.
We just try to kind of hit it right in the middle ground so we can try to please as many people as possible, because believe it or not, you know, this
Yeah.
is fun for us. This is a passion for us. We aren't
It's a balancing act, though,
Yeah.
for the viewers as well.
absolutely. So
There's a professional side to
yeah,
it.
so guys, that's all we're gonna do for tonight. I know it's 1 o'clock in the morning here.
Like I said, y'all the shit.
You guys are awesome. We love each and every one of you. Before we go, we want to make sure you guys know that you are important.
And you're beautiful and you're loved. Get out and do something that's all about you today. Not about your kids, not about your husband, not about your mom, dad, any of that. Make sure you get out and focus on you and something you love. And
Yes.
then make sure that you do that each and every day, even if it's just for 10 minutes, so it can become a lifestyle that you
Absolutely.
have that you don't actually have to try or do. And I know it can be hard on the hamster wheel of life, but literally just make a little step forward each day, because that's all that matters is forward momentum.
Absolutely.
Doesn't matter the
Absolutely.
size of the step.
I like to tell everybody to make every day count. You know,
Yes.
we were right before we started the stream. Somebody that she was acquainted with from where we moved from had a little one that passed
A
away.
4-month-old.
A 4-month-old, and it just got
Especially with what's going on
when
now.
it's going to be your last day. You never know when tragedy's going to strike. So just make every day count.
Yep.
Be with somebody that you love.
Yep.
Have
Love
a good
yourself.
time. Love yourself. Do as
Yes.
much positivity in life as you can, because it's going to
Yes.
be gone before you know it. Here Wednesday night, we promise you that we will be just as
Real. Peace,
later, guys.
Ain't got time to spend counting someone else's money. If I care about what you thought, then I would be a sucker. If I tripped off what you bought to take away from hustling, ain't got time to sit in pocket watching motherfucker. Ain't got time to spend counting someone else's money. I ain't one of them, I ain't one of them. I'm trying to get the meals, trying to get the meals. I can't wait to get my money right on motherfuckers. And they can watch me spin, they can watch me spin. I admit, I don't care about your flexing. Don't give a shit that you got bottles in your section. I admit, I don't care about your price tag. Don't give a shit that a surgeon gave her nice ass. Can't wait to get rich on these bitches, can't wait to get rich on these hoes. Can't wait till me and my chick can be on some fly shit in a brand new route. Cooking in a brand new style, in a brand new route, in a brand new kitchen, in a brand new home. What I'm saying same old bums in the same old clubs and the same old clothes. Then he gets some brand new goals with some brand new souls. Probably cause the old one sold, while I'm living with a brand new glow. That's cause I'm never pocket watch, rather watch my pockets grow. If I care about what you thought, then I would be a sucker. If I tripped off what you bought to take away from hustling,